Uh, I want to thank the Louisville Metro today for our opportunity to present our idea for the renovation of the Louisville Slugger Field Stadium. I'm Logan. This is Dalton, Grayson, and Gavin. And today I'm going to explain why we're here. So, our proposal is intended for the renovation of Louisville Stadium. In order for the Louisville Stallions coming to Kentucky. The current stadium is built for the minor league team at the moment, but will need more renovations to house fans of the MLB that will eventually come here. And since baseball is already a big part of Louisville history with the Louisville Slugger bats, and the state has such a love for college sports currently, it'll only be uh, more so whenever we get the stadium renovated for future fans of the Louisville Stallions. So what we're asking for currently is funding in order to help rebuild the stadium and accommodate the increase of fans for the MLB team, such as increased seating as well as increased space in the garage for people who are parking. And we are planning on obtaining a partnership with Beam Sunnery Beverage Co. in order to help obtain some funds with potential sponsorships in the future. And now I transfer this over to Dalton to explain how the MLB team will be successful within Louisville.
Thanks, Logan. So the only current professional team in Louisville is Louisville City FC, and that's located at Lynn Family Stadium. Though this may draw a relatively large crowd of people, the MLB brings in approximately 5 times the amount of people per event. The city of Louisville has a population of roughly 620,000 in 2023. With many of them being sports fans, they have all been waiting for a professional sports team that represents them as a city. Next slide. Thanks. So Slugger Stadium needs to be renovated. The last time it was renovated was in 2020 during the pandemic. And on average, its capacity is significantly lower than all other MLB teams. More specifically, of the 30 current MLB teams, the average seating capacity is 43,000, whereas the Louisville Slugger Stadium is currently 13,000. Concessions on multiple levels and sections of the stadium will also be necessary for the convenience and satisfaction of the stadium visitors. Finally, the Louisville Bats must optimize their sponsorships. They currently do not optimize their sponsorships enough in their stadium. Though Louisville Slugger is their primary sponsor, there are many other opportunities to include companies around the stadium. This may include Angels Envy, a bourbon company who created an entire club at the L&N football stadium. Adding a club like this incentivizes fans to pay extra money and commit more of their time to be a part of the exclusive area of the stadium. Now, Grayson will explain the positive impact a stadium renovation would have for the city of Louisville.
Thank you, Dalton. The first big reason you support this project is the national exposure that the city of Louisville will gain from hosting the Stallions. A single MLB team plays 162 games a season, which totals to 4,860 total games between all the teams. These games are available on local TV stations, but a fraction of them will also be on national television. This is not including the MLB Network, which is a subscription in which almost every MLB game becomes available to all members. And outside of TV viewership, people from around the country who are fans of their local teams will come travel and watch the Stallions play their team. With the amount of teams in the surrounding area, we can expect to see a higher amount of away team fans than average. The Reds, Cardinals, and Cubs are all a weekend's trip drive, allowing these fans for easy trips to come watch their team play at the new renovated Bats Stadium. Speaking of the Reds, they already have exciting young talent that is drawing more and more Reds fans every year. However, they don't have a firm rival in the league amongst the fan base. Louisville is slightly less than a 2-hour drive from the city of Cincinnati and local enough to provide an almost immediate rivalry due to geographical location. Cincinnati versus Louisville is already a narrative that is being talked about in college sports, and many Louisville residents travel to watch the Cincinnati Bengals and Reds play every weekend. Local fans from Cincinnati will make the journey as well to help grow the competitiveness and ensure the rivalry will thrive in these two big sports cities. As mentioned, Louisville is already a big sports city, even without any major professional sports teams. A big reason is the large fan base of the Louisville Cardinals, the local D1 university, which has a history of producing very competitive sports teams at almost every NCAA level. This includes a baseball team, which is consistently ranked and makes deep runs in the playoffs. Another big reason Louisville is a big baseball name is the Louisville Slugger bat, the most famous bat in baseball history. The first bat was actually made to give to a professional Louisville baseball team here before they were disbanded. Louisville Slugger also offers a museum for people to go and see and learn about the history of the bat and the history of baseball in Louisville. Adding a pro team here would help continue the history of baseball in Louisville and make Louisville known as one of the baseball cities. Gavin is now here to tell you about the plans for this renovation.
Thank you, Grayson. Our renovation will break ground on October 1st, 2024, after the Louisville Bats season. All renovations will be handled by M.A. Mortison Company, who have assisted on various MLB stadiums, including the Minnesota Twins Target Field, shown to the right. A summary of these renovations will include a complete second deck, an 8,000-foot video board, overall modernization of the whole interior of the stadium, a 10-level parking garage, and a brand new lounge through our corporate partnership that I'll get to in a second. You may be wondering what happens with the Louisville Bats. We plan on building the Bats a brand new stadium just across the river in Clark County, southern Indiana. The newly named Kentuckiana Bats will be the new AAA affiliate of the Louisville Stallions. The new stadium will cost $75 million to build. That's 15 more than how much it took for Slugger Stadium. We plan on spending around $460K on the entire project, which includes the entire Kentuckiana Bats Stadium construction, the Louisville Stadium renovation, and the construction of the 10-level parking garage mentioned previously. We plan on paying for all this using both internal and external funding. Our external funding amount will be $130,000 and will include both money from the city and from our corporate partnership. That leaves $330,000, which we have raised internally so far. The Louisville Stallions will be in partnership with the beverage company Beam Suntory. This partnership will provide us resources, services, and funds in exchange for access to excellent marketing and advertising opportunities through the Louisville Stallions. As part of the partnership, we will be constructing a Bean Suntory suite, which will be professionally decorated and stocked with Bean Suntory beverages, and guests will find it the perfect place for corporate events, parties, and other occasions. This is only the start of our relationship with Beam Suntory, and it will continue to grow for years to come. Logan will now walk you through the next steps of making Louisville Stallions a reality.
All right. So for the next steps, we are asking the Louisville Metro to help us with both funding and support for the project, as well as approval for stadium renovation. So during the renovation process, we expect the Louisville Metro to help us oversee the progress of renovations, as well as give feedback or ask questions that may concern the stadium's renovations. And to end the presentation, I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for hearing our proposal for the new stadium in Louisville.